the gutsy win from your side or from your boys this afternoon. Now, coach, I mean, obviously we all know what's happening to Bidvest, but how good is the character of the players, knowing that their future is as it is, but they still go out to serve the badge and not the name at the back of their shirts, and what does it say for you and this massive club, Bidvest, that could have 100 years next year, coach?
Well, that's pretty much what we've instilled in them from day one since I've been here. The mentality is more important sometimes than ability. And, we've got a good mentality here. We might not have the best players, but we make sure that our mentality is good and the attitude is good. And that's what we try and work on, to try and achieve results, besides having a way of playing or whatever. But I thought that's what we do. So the young ones, old ones, wherever they are, it's important that they buy into the ethics of the club and the team, and that's it. That's how we operate.
Thanks, Caroline. Coach, it's Mazola here. Just wanted to find out, obviously, mathematically speaking, obviously, still in it with 2 games to go. Do you think, given the results today in your game, and obviously at the moment it's second half and Sundowns are trailing Baroka, you never know with this title race. Do you think you're still in it? And if you don't think you're still in it, who do you think will take it in the 2 remaining matches?
Listen, mathematically, yes. People always think it's easy to win titles. Believe me, I've been there. And it's very, very difficult, especially these last few games. And those 2 teams are certainly, well, I would think the result, I don't know what the result will be with the Baroka game, but it's not easy to win the league, and we saw today, So, yeah. But the thing is, the consistency is very important. I mean, I have to tell you. And, we did well today, but it's not easy to win the league, that's for sure.
Coach Velile here. Congratulations on the result and the win. First one in the bubble. Looking
second,
at
second one.
Oh, it's the second one.
Yeah, you guys only watch 2 teams anyway, so the rest of us don't count.
Very interesting. Okay. Yeah. Coach, you are just left with 2 games. And someone like you, surely by now, you are also starting to think about the future. Do you at least maybe have an idea of where you might be next season?
Right now, I'm stuck in this hotel. I want to break this door down very, very soon to get out of here. So there's nothing. I don't know what I'm doing. Obviously I would like to keep working, but there's nothing at the moment, nothing. No, there's no assignment of players to any player. I thought Tyson had one of his better games today, that's for sure. He's played 7 games in a row now in a matter of, I don't know how long, I don't think how many games, how many days now. So he was very good today. I mean, they play right into our hands, so that suited Tyson. That type of game. So he's suspended for the next game, which is a big blow. Like we've lost so many players. I mean, we are playing with such an understrength side in this bubble, which is crazy, but it is what it is. The young boy in midfield, yeah, he did well. Tabang pulled out this morning out of the game, so I thought there's no better chance to play the kid. He did well as the game went on. He did well. He got a bit of a bang on his head, but he's okay. He's a good player. He's had a good ski season. It's a big step up. I mean, it's a huge step up for him, but he did very, very well. There's a few more. Looks like we're going to have to play. We've just lost KG now as well. He's gone home. He's left this bubble or whatever you want to call it. So he won't be available for the last 2 games. We've lost Palembe, we've lost Soli Kuende, we've lost Kipatupa, we've lost Tabang. We've lost a lot of players, in the course of this. We haven't played Peterson, the goalkeeper. So, we've done well so far to play with what we've got.
Coach, just talking about that, that you are talking about the players, and then I believe that also Tyson will be part of that game. against Black Leopard. I think if he got a yellow card today, and then how Bushem Corners in terms of him, will he be back
But there's
against
another one. I mean, Bootley hasn't played. Bootley played one game, so he hasn't played. He's missed the last 6 or 7. So I don't know how many games he's missed. 6. There's another one he hasn't played. He won't play as well. He's injured. He's done his, what do you call this, ductor or groin or whatever they call his muscles. So he won't play. And now we've got to get a centre back. So I must more than likely give the under 19 centre back another debut. We've given 3 or 4 already. Might as well give another one. He must probably play on Wednesday.
Coach, I think it's a foregone conclusion. You by far one of the most successful coaches in this league. If not mistaken, I think you've won 4 league titles, 3 with SuperSport and 1 with Wits. Coach, can you just tell us what your most happiest times are at Bidvest Wits? I mean, we won't have much time with you as there's 2 more games, but just the most the famous time or most happiest time that you had with this club, and I've had an opportunity to really see you train the team, on a couple of occasions. Always passionate, always, some would say, you're very animated on the training ground, but I think it's more of passion, to say the least. Just your proudest moments of being the head coach of Bidvest Wits, Coach.
Well, I was, there was a vision sold to me at the beginning of this whole start of this campaign, and they brought me in. They wanted to win the league. They've never won the league in 99 years or 97 years when it was. We won it 2 years ago. That was the whole objective, and nobody thought it could be done because Wits have never done it. So we did that. That's something to can never take away from us. We won the league. A club of our size to win the league should never ever happen. We did that, and we won every other trophy besides the Nedbank. We got into the final, and we lost in the final of that one. So, but we won every other trophy since our technical staff have been here. So, you could say mission accomplished, but certainly the biggest accomplishment is producing young players. And we produced a few and sold a few, and I think that's, for me, that will always live with me. That moving players and giving them better opportunities to earn more money and those type of things. And it's very sad, but it's going to come to an end next week. That's for sure.
Coach, good evening. Marc Lewis here. Apologies for being late. I was on air at 7, so I had to rush up. I wanted to ask you firstly, that wry smile of yours when the final whistle went. There was a wonderful shot of Ernst looking very, as you can imagine, upset, and you had a rather cheeky smile on your face. I want to just ask you about your emotions towards the end of the game with that smile on your face. And secondly, just about the producing of young talent, which you've done so incredibly well. If and when you produce young talent, many people don't put success along with that. For you to be as high up the table as you are with the squad as young as you have, what does that say about the players that you have? What does it say about the squad depth that you've been able to create with so little?
The smile was pretty much was about the change that we made. Everybody was against me making the change, and I made the change, and I felt it was the right change, and he scored. So that was the change. So that was a bit of a smile when I saw him running like that and after he scored.
Coach Irvin Sihlophe from Ukhozi FM. I would like you to answer me on this one. We understand that before the restart of the league, there were some news about Bidvest Wits. We also had Chiefs Pirates games, Arrows, and other games coming up. How did you prepare the players psychologically? Did you ever had to get services of a psychologist or something like that, or what was only you and technical staff preparing the players for all the restart of the league?
No, there was nothing like that. I don't believe in that stuff. I think players don't need. People always talk about psychological help. I think I don't want to get too much into it, but no, we didn't do anything like that. We changed the training. I changed the training completely. What we did was in the last, when we could, I think it was the last 2 weeks before we started playing. I never ever do this, but we played 11v11 every second day to try and get us into a mode of playing every second day. And you can see it certainly helped us. I mean, it's a complete different way of training players, but we had to do that because of the situation. So that's all I did. We did 11v11 every second day for 2 weeks, and we saw what we wanted to see, and then hopefully, we lost the first game in the cup, which was unbelievable, and then we've been okay since.
Coach, on the league title race, on the 4 occasions that you won the title, I think most of the time you did this before the final day. What does it take to finish up this job of clinching the league title? Because we can see this season, it's very different to what it has been in other seasons, and it could go down to the wire. And then again, your former team, Swallows, is back in the ABSA Premiership. They won promotion today. Any word, what can you say about it?
Well, firstly, congratulations to Maswai. I don't know if when I was there, I don't know if the same supporters are still alive. There was such an old group of them who gave me such a bollocking every week. They used to bollock me and shout and scream at me every week. And I told them when I left there, I said, "You'll miss me." And then they all laughed and joked at me. 2 years later, they got relegated. So yeah, let's not go there. It's a fantastic, club with a rich history. So, I wish them well. I'm sure they'll be a force. It's not easy. It's from the first division to the Premier League is a big jump. Believe you me, the quality, everything is so much better. So they're going to get a big surprise. But I'm sure they'll beef up their squad. To what's his name, Brandon Truter, the coach, fantastic, well done. They were nowhere when he took over. I think they were 10 points behind or something, and to win the league like that, fantastic. Odd lines to Ajax, I'm sure they'll do well. In the playoffs with TTM and whoever comes 15th in our club, in our league. I don't know what you asked first. I can't remember what you asked me first. Can't think.
It was about the title race.
Yeah.
Listen,
yeah. When you come to this time of the time of the year, with 3-4 games to go, sometimes a point is not bad. People think they're trying to win games, and it's crazy what happens with players, coaches, clubs. The pressure is immense, and a club like Kaizer Chiefs, who haven't won the league for, I'm not sure, 5-6 years, obviously the pressure will be even more because they're a club that expects to win trophies. So I don't know. It's very difficult. What you do between now and the next game is important. Very, very important. Train, overtrain, undertrain, not train. Because the more sometimes you feel like you need to do more all the time, and you don't want to leave any stone unturned, and that's where things happen. So it's a very difficult time. Very difficult time. These last 3-4 games, but I'm sure they've got enough experience. Ernst, he's experienced coach. He's got enough know-how, but so let's see what happens. I wish them well.
Coach, Mr. Middle cut a follow the figure, after the end of the game, and he was inconsolable. Coach, do you feel for him? I know that you had your own aspiration of, as I said, you still mathematically that you can win the league, but do you feel for him? It's the first time in South Africa he's been in this position. He has never won the league, although he has won the 2 cups, one is the chief. But do you feel for him?
Well, I think if in this profession, it's a very lonely game when you don't win. When you're winning, it's fine. Everybody loves you, and when you don't win, it's when they are so close, obviously, to lose a game, especially the 93rd or 4th minute, it's not easy to handle. But as I said, I think they've got enough experience to be calm. And I think the other game now is also Morocco 1-0 up. I mean, there you go. Whatever. I'm sure it could change, but let's see. If it doesn't change, can you imagine? So from being in the doldrums, you could be still top of the league. So I'm not sure. I mean, on a personal level, sure. You don't like to see people, especially the way where they were right on top of the league for a long time. But we're in a cutthroat business, a difficult business. It doesn't take anything away from the personal relationship. I'll still greet. I've got no problems with that. So I wish them all well. I wish everybody well.